is the crack, everyone? B2B Sports, we are back. We are covering the France-Morocco semi-final, second half. How are you, Sam?
Not too bad, are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. All good. Still crying over England. This
Yeah,
should be us right now.
it really should be.
But it is what it is. Mbappe's
Yeah,
through.
it's
He's on his way.
a
Oh,
pretty good run, to be fair.
yeah,
Yeah, it should be England here right now.
it should be England. It should
It's
be England.
sad.
Um, but we move. We move.
Yeah,
What we'll quickly talk about that game. Did you watch it? Obviously, I'm guessing.
obviously,
I'm guessing you did.
definitely
Um,
what.
what are your thoughts? Harry Kane missed penalty.
Yeah, obviously, probably should have scored the penalty. It was quite a bad miss. At the end of the day, we had more chances. I think that I do think the better team lost, but France did what they had to do. They won from a poor performance. First goal was a cracking goal.
Yeah,
That took
yeah,
nothing
it was
from
a
the
good
goal.
goal.
That was
It was a good
insane
goal.
hit and did very well. Um, and then debates obviously if Saka got fouled. I personally do think it was a foul. Maybe some bias there, but I do think it was a foul.
Mhm.
But there was still plenty of enough time in between that to get your defense right. So
It was in the same phase of play, weren't it? But there was still quite a little bit of there was quite a bit of time between that foul and the actual goal.
exactly. So and then a penalty which wasn't a penalty. Don't really understand what went on there. Obviously, everyone's saying it was outside the box, but the rule is if it starts outside the box but finishes inside the box, it's a penalty.
Yep, so true.
So I don't know that VAR. I don't know what they were doing. Um, Obviously, when we did get the penalty, it was good. Like
Good finish.
that was a Stonewall penalty. So at least it showed he wasn't completely blind.
Yeah,
Second penalty again, almost not given. Don't understand.
yeah, had to be
Runs
checked.
through him. The only thing I can understand is obviously he didn't get a red card for it, even though he was last man. But that makes sense because he didn't have the ball.
No,
I think that's fair.
such a weird
Um,
challenge though, weren't it? Mount had only just come on the pitch really,
yeah.
and he'd made a decent run, and there was no need for him to make that
Well,
foul
he
there.
probably wasn't even going to get the ball. Like it was kind of just a sling into the box, and he was running towards a bit. I don't think he would have had much. Like he couldn't really have had an effort on target from that or anything. So it was a weird challenge, but it was Hernandez.
Yeah,
Um, I was surprised they took Saka off. To be honest, he was one of the better players.
yeah, yeah. He was growing into that game.
Yeah,
Um,
and he was rinsing Hernandez. He did not like him. But even when he came off, like Grealish played well, Rashford played well. Again, should have scored that second penalty. But
I
he had
was
other chances and could have done better.
I was so shocked. I was like, any player on that pitch to take that
Mm,
penalty, I would have chose Harry Kane.
yeah,
I, like just
100%.
out of anyone.
Jesus Christ, he's quick.
Ooh,
Fucking hell.
yeah,
Um, oh, what a challenge that is.
good
Oh my
challenge.
God. I mean, I don't know if he crunched him or the
Oh,
ball, but what
yeah,
a
I just
challenge
seen
that
that
was.
it's coming through. That is challenging enough.
Because he was running with him from the whole way down. All right, Mbappe, stop crying.
He's a bit of a wet lettuce,
You got
Mbappe.
the ball. Got the ball.
Got the ball quite clearly. Flipping out, sniper in the crowd.
Honestly. Get the physio in just to kiss it better. Jesus.
But yeah, going back to Harry
Can't blame
Kane, I
anyone
was,
like that, yeah.
oh Jesus, he's really crying. Going back to Harry Kane. I thought he was just written. I thought he was going to score it. Harry Kane is one of the best penalty takers around, and every time I've seen him take one, he's always buried it with power,
Yeah.
and the keeper's never really got to it. And I just thought maybe the emotions, maybe that scenario, and that
I mean, I can't
moment
imagine the
got
pressure
to him.
that is just to score, like, let alone score the first one, but then to try and score a second one.
Yeah,
Especially just after they scored, like in the like it was like the 80th minute or something. that they scored. So it was getting late. It's a lot of pressure for a penalty, and
Yeah.
like I said, he's one of the best penalty takers in the world. He's bound to miss one. I think that's the first one I've ever seen him miss.
Yeah. And like not just miss it, like blaze it over the bar. Like
Yeah, it
that's
wasn't
so
close.
unusual. Just so
Um,
unusual.
it was sad and a bit typical. It kind of puts a bit of a dampener on things because it doesn't feel like we lost the game.
It
Like the
doesn't.
next day, I was like, I can't be mad at how we played or anything. I can be a bit annoyed with the referee, but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, they um they played really well, and I'm not actually that
Oh
sad about their performance, which is new.
no, no, it's true. And it does feel it hurts so much because we played so well. It really, we played so well. And I think we played with a better team for the majority of that game.
That was one of the best balls I've ever seen.
What a pass. What a pass. Oh,
I
dearie
can't believe that.
me. Dearie.
Massive pass that was.
No, he's trying to shot sloughed it. What a pass. Split that
Yeah.
defense in two, mate. Morocco
Honestly,
really knocking on the door here. This is good.
France's left and right back just aren't really up with it. Against England, they were poor. Um,
I've said
Jesus.
I've said Kunde at right back is a liability. Theo
Yeah.
Hernandez is showing glimpses of being a clown as well. Like they're easy to get out then down them flanks.
Mm, really surprising.
Oh, Varane, what a guy.
Fran's probably did one defender's actually doing anything.
Yeah.
So
I tell you what though, for France, who's really surprised me this tournament, Griezmann.
yeah.
Griezmann was like dead and buried. I thought like Griezmann was like.
Well, at the moment, he's obviously playing for Atletico Madrid, and they have a clause or something with Barcelona that he they only have to pay, or I don't know what is it. I think Atletico Madrid only have to pay a certain amount for him if he pays a certain amount of minutes.
Yeah,
So
that's
they keep
right.
bringing him on after like the 65th minute or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And then I'm surprised he got picked, but he's playing as like a number 10, and he's thriving. He's just free flowing, a bit like Messi would.
Yeah.
Obviously not as good as Messi, but it's really working for him.
Yeah, he's just drifting around the pitch and he's giving it and he's going and yeah, he looks like a new player, to be
Yeah,
fair. So I'm happy for him. And also with France as well, like they mentioned earlier in the first half coverage, they said like Giroud and how well Giroud's done. But
yeah.
they were saying like, would he have even got any game time if Benzema was fit? And you can argue he would
Probably
probably come
not.
on as a sub, but
Yeah,
other than that, he wouldn't be leading the line. You'd have to give that to Benzema.
yeah.
So
Which you think
it's
is mad because obviously you would never think of benching your all-time goal scorer in a major tournament. But has he ever been their number one?
never.
Really?
But that's the thing with Giroud. He's never ever been in most clubs he's been at. He's always been on the
Mm.
edge. He's always been on
Yeah.
that. He's never been that clinical number one
Yeah.
go to
The only
100%.
time he's ever been number one is when, to be fair, he was number one probably at Arsenal, but it was an Arsenal that weren't really utilising him.
Yeah, for a
He,
part for a bit.
yeah, when he changed teams to Chelsea, he wasn't your number one until your number one got injured, and then Drew played out of his mind
Yeah, it's true.
because he keeps doing it. So, oh my word, oh
Oh,
my word, Morocco are going to score at this rate.
Morocco really knocking on the door. Ball's going in. Oh, this is bobbles.
Mbappe keeps falling down like he's dying.
Yeah, literally. What the hell? Oh, Hakim Ziyech really playing well at the
To
minute.
be fair, somebody's absolutely just is ripped Mbappe's laces off,
Oh
which to
yeah,
be fair,
his laces are in bits. Jesus Christ. It's also mad to think that Hakim Ziyech fell out with the previous Moroccan manager. and
Mm.
he actually retired from international football, and now
Yeah,
they've had this new manager come in. I think he's only been in for a few months, hasn't he? And
yeah.
he's taken him
Have you
to
seen the video? Like, he was on a Mikel Arteta um like course for
like,
managing. It's great. I think I love it. I think Morocco, their king, I think, put loads all the FIFA money they earned from the rights for FIFA, put it into an insane new facility. Like they've been working towards this.
I love it, absolutely love it. And hats off to them, first African nation to get through to a semi-final World Cup. It's just you just got to applaud that.
Yeah,
And
I think so. Morocco were the first team to qualify for the World Cup, first team to get a point in the group stages, first team to qualify from the group stages, and our first team for the semi-finals.
yeah, and if you look at it on paper,
Mhm.
you look at some of their results, you think, oh, they're a team that just sits back behind the ball, hoping for a counter,
Yeah,
nick a 1-0. But in this game, especially, they've shown that they can attack. They've come so close, and they're
yeah,
proper giving it a go. So fair play to them.
yeah. No, they've looked on top. I mean, to be fair, it looks like the game we played against them.
Yeah,
Like England were on top, Morocco are technically on to feel like they're on top. They can get hit by a bit of a counter, which we did. So France have gotten very good at kind of bunkering down.
yeah.
It's really annoying because they have the players to not have to do that.
It's so true. It's so true.
So it's I mean, I just want Morocco to go through. I can't be asked for France to win two World Cups in a row.
He's offside. Yeah,
Um,
gotta be.
but still, like France winning two World Cups when they were never really the favourites going into it, either one of them.
No,
So it's they've done pretty well to be fair. You can't knock them.
no.
Like I think they were in the was it Euro 2012? What Euros was it that or maybe no Euro 2016 that Portugal beat France.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, obviously France got to the final there. They won the next World Cup. Did they get to the semis of the next Euros?
No, they got to the
No,
quarters, didn't they? They
the
got knocked
quarters.
out to Switzerland, weren't
Oh yeah.
it?
Um, and then got to the semi-finals, maybe final here. That's an
It is a good run. It is
insane
a very
run.
good run. And you look, their team is still, a lot of their older players, i.e.,
Hmm.
Kante's, your, your Giroud's, even though if they don't play in the next World Cup, they've still got so many young stars that they can,
Yeah,
just keep recycling players.
literally. So they're going to be dangerous for a while.
Yeah, they will.
The same with England. I think England's youngsters are coming through. Obviously, that most of their teams under the age of 26.
Yeah.
Um, so you can see us having a very similar team the next time we go around. Maybe except Henderson.
Maybe Harry Kane, depending
But
on
then
how.
Madison can play.
Yeah, Madison didn't get any minutes. That's mad.
No
I actually feel
minutes.
peak for him. So bad for him.
I don't know if he still might be slightly injured because obviously they had that injury scare.
Yeah, that's true. It'd be interesting if Harry Maguire just goes back into United team now. Or
Honestly, it's weird. Like he plays. I don't think he plays. I don't think this was his best major tournament for England. He's played better ones, but he was still solid.
mm,
His run still annoyed me. Like when he just surged through the middle and then take one touch and it went about 20 meters, and you're like, Jesus Christ. And then he kept doing those balls over the top to Foden, and I was like, why?
yeah, yeah, he kept trying to
Um,
find him, didn't
but he never really put much wrong defensively at all. So
he? To be fair, there was I've just said about Harry Maguire getting back to the side, but you've got
good for Varane.
Martinez in the final,
It's
and you've
true.
got Varane in the semi-final. So, do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So we're not shy of defenders, to be fair.
No.
To be fair, Varane had an injury schedule before the World Cup as well.
Yeah, he did. He did.
So we're looking quite good for our defence. Obviously, Dalot is having a nice rest. Luke Shaw doing well.
He did well. He did well.
Tellers played well.
Casemiro.
Yeah.
Baller.
Oh, great ball.
Hakim. He's got a wonderful left foot, I tell you. Yeah, she does.
He does, but he's played better here than he does for Chelsea at the moment.
He does, yeah. Because he's like,
Oh, Brozier's out for forever now,
yeah,
isn't he?
done his ACL.
That was an
We're
awful
in trouble.
scream.
We're in a bit of
We've got a
trouble.
lot of injuries.
We've got loads. Obviously, Chilwell and Reece James and Fofana, they're still coming back from theirs. Yeah, I think I'm not looking forward to Premier League starting.
Yeah, this hasn't been the best tournament for Chelsea.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't at
I
all.
think for United, it's been quite good for us.
Fair play,
Considering-
United. I have to say that your players have turned up.
Yeah. So obviously De Gea wasn't picked, which still baffles me
Mad.
in terms of like, fair enough, he maybe not be number one, but not to get picked at all. But that's another story. Who else we got? Obviously, Varane. We've gone through the defense, midfielders. Christian Eriksen. To be fair, they played awfully, but
Yeah, they were probably the biggest disappointment.
but he was probably one of our best players before the tournament started.
Yeah, that's very true.
He was playing really well. Fred didn't play too much actually. Did he start?
No, I think he came on as a sub.
Yeah,
Really, mainly.
we've had some game time, but not insane. McTominay obviously didn't qualify. McSauce. But,
For Scotland.
I'm trying to remember who's in our team. Obviously, Jadon Sancho
Went in there.
didn't play. So we've had of the players that went to the World Cup, they played well.
Yeah.
We had quite a few resting.
Did you hear about there's been no English or Welsh arrests in the World Cup in Qatar?
First
Jerusalem.
time, right?
Yeah,
That's the first time ever because it's a weird stat to keep, but
no alcohol, no trouble.
I think that's, to be fair, it's been quite a good thing. I don't think it's been a bad idea.
I think there was a lot of questions morally about Qatar, and rightly so. But I do think that this has been a good World Cup. How it's been run, and no trouble. There's been loads of South American and African fans there, which is good to see. Not many Europeans, which is we're not really used to seeing that. But the stadium is full of South Americans and Africans, and I think it's probably just easier to get there, and that's a good thing. Is also
South Americans, it's further, isn't it?
Argentinian fans are like filling stadiums, like they're nut jobs.
Yeah, but Qatar's like near Dubai.
That is true. That is true.
So I don't understand how they have so many, but
I wonder what the flight time would be. Like, is that our equivalent of going to Australia? Is it? I don't know.
Maybe.
Don't even know.
It's far.
But teams like nations like that have been so well represented in this tournament when you don't usually see that, and it's quite good. It's quite nice to see.
Yeah, I think England had a pretty good following.
Wait, whilst we're on the subject of English fans, let's talk about that England flag. He's flipping everywhere.
I've seen it. I've seen it on Twitter. Like him doing it. He's been at every game, been at every Man United game.
He went to the flipping France Croatia World Cup final in Russia.
Yeah.
He's like that. He's like that. Those FIFA characters that like the same guy just replicated in the shirts. Yeah, what a guy. The meme of the World Cup, I think. Morocco's defending is top, isn't it? It's top.
Really good. Apparently, they've said that Real Madrid have said if France make it to the World Cup final, they'll let Benzema go play.
What? Can't do that.
Well, he's still technically in the squad.
Oh yeah, so. What? So he's. I didn't know what injury he actually had. So is he?
Neither do I.
I'm guessing he's down now.
Jesus Christ, that tackle is ridiculous.
Oh, here we go. I'm just about to see it. Jesus Christ.
Just body tackles him.
Can't shake your head at that, mate. Honestly.
It should be a yellow. I hope Morocco score. I really want them to.
They deserve it. They deserve a goal, man. They really
They
do.
do.
Griezmann free kick.
I hate free kicks like this. I just want to see another Netherlands free kick technique.
Yeah.
It was so good.
That in that scenario as well, to just
Yeah,
play that was audacious. It's
that
absolutely
99th minute, literally the last kick of the game.
cool.
What a player to get it to.
I know.
Wow, Weghorst.
Like course, that game was actually scenes. I think that was probably the best game of the World Cup. I think.
Definitely one of them.
Let's talk about Argentina. What did you watch any of the game yesterday?
No, I've not seen any of it. But they seem to be playing very well. They've kind of brought their best football right at the end.
Yeah, that's true.
Messi is playing ridiculously.
Messi's the
Uh,
goat, mate.
yeah.
They just took their chances. They're really clinical, and they took
Mm.
the game away from Croatia before they could really get going.
Yeah.
Croatia really didn't really offer a lot. I think they've
No,
struggled up front. Croatia really.
they
I
have
think they
done.
have done ever since they lost Mandzukic. Really, Mandzukic was the guy for them. He used to score their goals really
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
major tournaments. And yeah, it's sad to see a player like Modric bow out, but
I mean, to do it in a semi-final of the World Cup isn't too bad.
yeah,
For,
it's not too bad.
I mean, to have made a final and a semi-final 4 years next to each other. I mean, they didn't do that well at the Euros, did they?
No, I don't think so.
I'm trying to think. They were in our group, weren't they?
I don't even know where I don't even know where they ended up in Euros, but I don't think they must have got knocked out in quarters or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think after their World Cup, I think after the Euros, I think everyone was saying like that's the golden generation done. So they have
Yeah.
done pretty
It was
well.
they were kind of went unannounced throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah.
Nobody really thought they'd get anywhere. And to get to a semi-final, it's pretty good going, to be fair.
To be fair to him, I did not want to see Croatia France again. That is the
No,
one final out of the whole, two semis they didn't want to see because I just knew that France would just roll them over.
it would have been I mean, we've seen it already.
Exactly.
The four pass. Oh, geez, Fofana. What was that? Oh, has he not got that? Was just it got his toe on it.
Oh, good defending. Very good defending. Griezmann just crunches him.
Yeah,
Dear me.
runs directly into him.
England did it again in the cricket. Did you see that?
Yeah,
The other day. Honestly, Ben Stokes, I tell you.
they're
I think
doing bits.
I think England under his captaincy they've won 8 out of their last 9 Test matches.
That's ridiculous.
It's mental. This is England we're talking about.
Yeah, a team who can win a Test match to save their lives.
It saved their lives. Batting collapses every single game. Like,
Yeah, and to be fair, like they batted smart, they've bowled smart. It's a really odd thing to watch.
but again, similar to the first test, they're making a game out of it. They're making it exciting. They're playing risky cricket. But
Yeah.
here go
Oh,
Morocco.
what's going on here?
Hakim Ziyech.
How is he not?
Jesus
I don't know.
Christ.
Honestly, that was Hakim Ziyech doing
Jesus
absolute. Oh, come on.
Christ. The ball is still bobbling about a
Oh
bit.
yeah, that was so good.
I thought he was about to put that away.
I know. I so wanted him to. Sorry about the cricket. Yeah, England just playing like the best Test cricket team in the world at the moment. I mean, other than probably Australia, because Australia are playing sick.
Australia.
Labuschagne is on another level at the moment.
How many
He's got.
hundreds has he scored recently?
He scored. I mean, he scored a 200 and a 100 in the same test.
Nuts. Absolutely
He's
nuts.
just on another level. Joe Root's having a bit of a quiet period.
He is. He is. But that's you can't blame him. How many
No,
times did we just solely depend on Joe Root for the past
exactly.
like 3 or 4 years? Only he could bat.
Yeah,
So
and to be fair, at the end of the day, like he still scored like 70 odd in one of the innings and
yeah,
40. So he's not like he's playing bad.
no.
So very excited. I think I don't know who's top at like what the World Chess Championship is doing.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know how that works and what the table's like.
No.
Jimmy Anderson done it again though. He's an absolute guy, man. Like he's the goat, absolute goat. Like his delivery in the first innings is just unreal, absolutely unreal.
So I forgot it was a 2-year thing, this Test World Cup like
Oh yeah.
thing. So we're currently fifth, but that's because we've won 9, lost 8, and drawn 4. And 8 of those wins, or 9 of those wins, have come with Ben Stokes, like just
Oh
recently.
yeah. Right.
So we were a major comeback.
Yeah.
We've had 12 penalties. What's that? Number of penalty overs. What does that even mean?
Penalty overs.
So we've had the most penalty overs, or the minus 12. Don't know what that means. We've played the most series as well, and we're fifth.
Jeez.
What?
How long's
It's
left?
not on points, so it's done on like percentage. So win percentage, I think. I don't know. So it seems that
Is it ran by the ICC?
yes,
ICC? ICC, sort it out, mate. Sort it out, lads.
because technically we have the most points, but I suppose over the year, not all of the teams play the same amount of test series.
No, that's right.
That's why I do it on. So our percentage is poor because we played loads of test series, but only have 4 more points than Australia.
Jesus.
They only played 4 series, and we played 6.
Don't you think it's a little bit unfair? Like, don't you think that the nation should play this similar amount of test matches? You can't have one nation that plays like
Yeah.
12 tests across 2 years and then another one that plays 4. It's not it's not fair, is it? You don't get
No.
that in football.
No, exactly. So I don't get it.
Don't
But
get
if
it.
we got a bit of a run, maybe we can get to the. I don't know if it's just a final, or if they even do like semi-finals. I don't know.
But yeah, England do it
Oh,
again. And oh,
sake.
and Baps. Oh my God, someone stop him. And he's bobbled ace goal.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's an awful goal.
Oh, dear me. That is terrible for Morocco to concede that. Absolutely brutal. And the way it just bobbled up to him.
Yeah, just had to tap it in. That's so harsh.
That's it.
Oh,
I think that's done. Providing a miracle. That's it. Oh, you got a feel for Morocco. There's
yeah,
Macron.
that's so sad.
I mean, to be fair to them, they had to play a little bit more open, didn't they, Morocco? And
They did. And to be fair, I mean, that's not very open. That I mean, Mbappe's on bits there.
yeah,
It's
he's
just a shame
much.
that it's bobbled off and gone literally straight to him.
Yeah,
Not a lot you can do there.
yeah. Mbappe just skipped past a couple of tackles, and lucky break. It just fell right to him. Dear me, he'd been on the pitch 16 seconds. Fair play, fair play.
What touch?
Yeah,
First touch in the semi final.
between an Argentina and French final. What are you saying? Might be going a little bit early on France because anything can still happen. But what you?
I prefer Argentina to win.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love for Messi to just lift the trophy. I know,
Would be
Argentina
good.
are just a bunch of shit houses. And I
Yeah, I've
know
not
that
enjoyed in this tournament, but I've
parade
enjoyed
is
Messi.
just
So I wouldn't mind him winning,
yeah.
and he deserves it. He deserves a good win.
He does, yeah. And he's announced it already, hasn't he? That it's going to be his last game at the World Cup, his final.
Yeah,
Ooh. Let's talk little bit about NFL whilst there's 10 minutes left in this game. The Pats, mate. The Pats are still in it.
they're back. They're
They're
back.
still in the playoff race, mate.
I don't know how, but we managed to get a win against the Cardinals. Mac Jones throwing down a second half, 17-0. We didn't let them score a single point in the second half. And yeah, the Dolphins lost and the Jets lost to the Bills. So we're now third in our division and seventh in the league. So we've got that last wildcard spot at the moment.
Do you know what I love about that game is that Mac Jones just gave the FU to
Yeah,
like absolutely, you know.
that's exactly what you need. I mean, Matt Patricia's been weird. I don't really know why he's running offensive plays. I think he used to be a defensive coordinator.
Mm.
So, I mean, when we used to have, oh, what's the name? I can't remember his name now. But the guy knows he's now head coach of the Raiders.
Josh McDaniels, is it?
Yeah.
Josh...
When we used to have him, he used to be offensive and Patricia was defensive. But yeah, it's great getting there. Even if we get wild card, like just play a footbal
Just
every
player
year.
football is the best, man. It
Yeah,
just is. It's so
I
good.
mean, we'll end up playing the Bills again in the first round. Should be great. I didn't realize. I think Bills currently have the first seed, so we probably play like the Chiefs in the first round.
Yeah,
So,
imagine at
so
Arrowhead as well.
yeah. So I wouldn't look forward to that, but because last time we lost like 50-7. It wasn't a great day.
Thing is though, if you've got a good defense, like you'd back yourself, you
Yeah,
know. And Pats on their day, they have a good defense, but they just
yeah.
got to
Well,
make sure it's on their day.
we've had games this year that we shouldn't have won, but
Mm.
the defense has kind of come out on top, and our offensive plays haven't been great. So at the end of the day, I'm very happy to be in this position. Didn't want to be last in our division
No,
because our
no.
division is ridiculous.
It's a very close division. He's going to go down to last week for sure.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the Vikings as well. Like we talked about last week, how the Detroit Lions were favourites. And we were like, what the hell? How's that happen? How's that work? 10-2
exactly.
Vikings, and you know the Detroit Lions were about 5-6 or 4-6, whatever they were. But they beat us. The Detroit Lions beat us, and
Yeah,
quite comfortably as well.
yeah.
It was
Look at the
embarrassing.
Jefferson like getting 200 odd yards.
Over 200 yards, 220 or 213, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, bit of a fight starting out.
So I mean, I told you it's the beginning. You're going to finish 10-7.
Well, we are on the decline. We need to, you know, our defensive stats have been horrendous this year. I think we're on pass yards allowed. I think we're 32nd out
Oh
of
dear.
32 teams. I think we've averaged, given up on average about 400 yards per game. It's so bad. Our defensive coordinator just needs to tighten things up. I don't know what he's playing at.
Yeah,
But it's so like, you know, we just let, you know, the receivers have too much time. He needs to play more aggressively.
yeah.
But luckily we've got the 10 wins behind us, and we've got the Colts on Saturday this week, the Saturday games. So we'll have to see. Hopefully, I think with a win
Colts
we'll
playing
clinch.
poorly. I
Yeah,
think you should beat the Colts.
I
We
think with
should
a
have said
win,
that about the Lions, but still.
yeah, with a win we clinch the division. I think, no matter what the Lions do. But yeah, and to be fair, I'm not really too fussed because I don't mind the Lions. I think they're playing really well. I like Dan Campbell, and
Yeah, I like the Lions.
I like that Jared Goff's just been more
Poorly.
like Jared Goff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Did you see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers got absolutely slapped about by the 49ers?
yeah. But I like Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. Honestly, Purdy.
It's
No.
too surprising. They've not played well this season. And did you see the video of Shannon Sharp and
Yes, Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless? Skip Bayless was just being a dick.
I
He was
mean,
like,
that is typical Skip Bayless, but that was next level. Like I thought he was
yeah.
about to get smacked up.
I know, like they're quite frosty at the best of times because that's kind of the show,
Yeah.
and having them kind of battle each other. But he like fully went in on him. He was like, "You're shitting on Tom Brady, but you've never been as good as him." And like Shannon Sharp was like, "Well, yeah, I know. I'm not disputing that. Like, why you have throwing shade at me for no reason?" Um, yeah,
That's such a shit debate though, because like even more so in the NFL, you can't compare the quarterback to
yeah,
like any other
yeah.
position. It's
And Shannon
nuts.
Sharp was right. He's like, Hall of Fame, 2 Super Bowls, 2 or 3 Super Bowls. I think about three. Um, like one of the best tight ends to ever do it, and he's getting shut on by Skip Bayless, who never played football in his life.
I think a lot of people were, what really riled a lot of people up was, when Skip Bayless made that comment about put your glasses back
Yeah,
on like that. I think that, that was really undermining and just like, man, just don't do that to like an absolute Hall of Famer like that. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, no, exactly. So I think that was a bit. I don't think that show's going to last.
No, no. To be fair,
I
it's been
think
going a while. It actually has been going a
really
while, and they have kicked off before, but I have not seen anything like that before. That was like
nothing
next
that
level.
person.
That was next level. Um, it's all about the Manning cast now. That was
Yeah,
popping
that's
off.
so good.
They had Joey Burrow on it
Did they?
last week, I think. Yeah,
That's so good. Just like watch NFL games with the player or
oh
ex-player or even just anybody, and just
yeah,
have them basically calling plays and or
yeah.
shitting on them for no reason.
Okay, and they just have banter as well.
Yeah,
Basically, a massive souped-up version of this, Sam.
pretty much.
Apart from
Imagine
we're
if we
not.
both had we 2 Super Bowls each.
Yeah.
One of us, both of us probably going in the Hall of Fame. One of us, I know one of us in the Hall of Fame. I forgot he's in it.
If you could have any guest on the World Cup watch-alongs, who would you have?
Wow, World Cup watch along. You would have. That's a tough choice.
I
I'd
agree.
say Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry, what an absolute boy. What
I
an
think
absolute boy.
I think I quite like him as a pundit on like BT Sport.
Yeah.
Mm. Even Michael Richards, to be fair.
I'm going Eden Hazard. I know he's still technically playing, but I love the bloke. All-time favourite footballer. And
Oh, in
yeah,
terms of that, I'd probably have David Beckham,
D-backs. Bit of
but
D-backs.
his voice doesn't give it the best interview vibes. I'm not saying
Like,
ours do, to be fair, but
no, to be fair, that's much better, especially
at the
my.
end of the day, you need a bit of charisma, and he's a bit flat. Isn't he?
Yeah, to be fair, some of the insight they'd be able to bring on how
Mm,
to deliver a free kick.
yeah.
I want a bit of that. But yeah, NFL, it's crazy. The season's wrapping up
Not
soon,
many
and
games left.
no, I think there are a lot of games on Saturday this week. Um, so yeah, we'll see what happens.
Mm.
Also, before this game ends, I want to talk about um the Red Bull Homerun that I went to last week.
Oh yeah,
It was sick, mate. It was so good. Way better than I thought it was going to be.
yeah.
Absolutely freezing, but worth it. Um, so yeah, I saw Max Verstappen and Checo running. They weren't running this year's car. They were running the is it V8, the one that Vettel won in 2011.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're running that. Mate, it was so loud. It was so loud. The engine,
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
deafening. Max Verstappen like revved as he was like flying past us. He revved his engine,
yeah.
and I thought my ears were gone, literally gone. So loud,
They are
honestly.
ridiculously loud. Those cars.
I
Was it
never.
good to see?
It was really good. They had two runs,
Oh
um,
really?
so they did one like with like an hour and a bit in between. In the first run, we were like standing by the paddock, um, seeing them get into their cars and stuff, and there was quite a lot of people. And then when they went out, we tried to like get a better view of them
Mm.
driving down the road, but there was quite a lot of people. And then luckily, me and Desh for the second run, we managed to get right at the front by the barrier and saw them go past. It was so
Yeah,
good, so good. And there was other Red Bull like cars going around. There was a drifting car. There was a stunt motorcyclist. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it didn't feel like I was in old milk and beans. That's for
no,
sure.
exactly. Yeah, that's so weird. They just like cut off an area of it for it.
And Christian
Pretty
Horner was
sick.
there, and Adrian Newey, and they did like a parade at the end. So
Yeah,
they went on this like it looked like a Land Rover, but like had Red Bull like plastered all over it. And they were like drove slowly up and down the run,
Yeah.
and they were like shooting Red Bull t-shirts out of a gun.
Oh wow.
Apps shocking aim from those guys though, because they kept every time they fired the t-shirt, it just got stuck in a tree. So people had no chance getting it back. But yeah, super good, and it actually made me respect Red Bull a little bit.
Oh
Can't
my
lie.
God. Didn't
Can't
think
lie.
I'd hear you say that.
Did you hear about it's been a bit of silly season, but with the team principals this week as well.
No.
So loads of people just decide to leave and swap teams, like Morocco. So Bonotto's left Ferrari,
Oh yeah.
and he's been replaced by the Alfa Romeo team principal. Can't remember his name is gone from the top of my head now.
I don't remember.
And then the McLaren guy is left. Andreas Seidel is left.
Oh yeah.
He's joined the vacant spot at Alfa Romeo because I think they were going to be Sauber.
Yeah.
So, and then there's been a replacement in McLaren. So there's been a bit of a switch up with team principals.
How's that not going in? I'm sorry.
Oh,
That's
what a run! Oh no! Oh Jesus Christ! Oh mate, I just want to score.
I think they're having a look at it VAR. I'm not sure. No, that was insane. How's that not gone in?
Scenes, mate. Absolute scenes. Phil Peak from Morocco.
They deserve more than this. That run was sick. They've done so much like that and just haven't had the final touch.
I bet a part of you is a little bit relieved that England aren't in the final, Sam, considering you have to work it.
Yeah, but I would have just like gone home early. Sorry guys.
So I'm out. That's it. Allez les Blues.
First team to reach back to back in 20 years
Wow.
since Brazil.
It's mad. This World Cup is finishing on Sunday. Seems it's been my life for the past month. I wonder how quickly the Premier League starts back up again after this. Let me just have a quick look.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day?
Yeah.
So the first game's back?
I think Boxing Day is the first game's back. I need to have a look at my team.
Yeah, did you know on the FPL they're doing a Second Life thing?
So you can just change the whole team.
So I think there's a wild card anyway, but they're making it so you can start your league again. So if you've had a stinker and you've completely, effed it up, you can start a new league. And I think there's a new global league as well. So there's going to be about 20 odd leagues going on. I've been struggling to keep an eye on this World Cup fantasy, let alone.
I've not done anything since the first game.
Do not. So
I don't think I have any points anyway. Either way.
Imagine if you're top.
I'm definitely not.
It was just too hard to keep on top of. Obviously the games came so thick and fast that
it was a lot easier for the Euros for some reason.
Yeah. I think we were a little bit more into it, the Euros. And obviously there was a break in between. So our fantasy league in the Premier League had ended, and then we were like, oh yeah, hyped about this one. But it's
and that app was quite good as well because you could do like predictions and everything. And
you do. All right, I'm hoping for an Argentina win, laying out to lift the trophy on Sunday.
Me too, I think.
I'm gonna go 2-1, 1-1, and Messi to score the winner in extra time.
I'm going 1-0 Argentina.
1-0 Argentina.
Lautaro Martinez to score the winner.
What, from a header where he jumps about 2 feet in the air and knocks it through? On that note, I reckon we should end it.
Yes.
Awesome. Enjoy the final, and we'll probably be back at some point next week. Hopefully we'll try and get in an ep in before Christmas. If we don't, have a good one, and then we'll see you probably in the new year. But yeah, we'll keep you updated what we're doing.
Sounds good.
Nice one. All right. Take care.
In a bit.
In a bit.